welcome along. It was in Andalusia last season where Real Madrid effectively lost their title. Jose Mourinho lost all 4 matches down south. It's time now to see how Carlo Ancelotti fares on his first away trip. They made hard work of beating Betis last weekend, while Granada went to Pamplona and beat Osasuna. It's Granada in their home shirts, the red and white hoops, and Real Madrid relatively unfamiliar in that mid-blue. Interesting to see Modric and Isco as the two deeper lying midfield players for Real Madrid. Just one change for Granada. Diego Mainz replaces Murillo in the centre of the defence. There's Neon, big, powerful right back for Granada, winning his first battle against Cristiano Ronaldo. Arbeloa, Di Maria come in for Real Madrid. Di Maria, of course, might be in the shop window. Carvajal, Kadir are the players out. Diego Lopez keeps his place in the team above Iker Casillas. The sports pages and the popular phoning shows have been dominated by someone who isn't even a Real Madrid player, although if you're watching Tuesday morning's repeat, you may know better. Ronaldo putting a little bit of pressure on. Looks like it's 3 players in the attacking midfield areas. They're not going to be short of players in those kind of positions.
No, it is interesting that the system, the setup from Carlo Ancelotti regarding... We knew it was going to be Modric playing in the centre of midfield in the slightly deeper role. We wondered whether it was going to be Isco or Zil. It certainly is Isco. They're going to nullify some of his attacking threats, but I would imagine from the first game against Real Betis, Ancelotti will be looking for his team to have more control of the game, which means they must be controlling possession a lot more than they did against Real Betis. The balance was certainly not there. They're trying to change them from a counter-attacking team to a team that relies and enjoys having possession. Lucas Alcaraz, his side, they can look to get amongst the Real Madrid players, close them down, try and wind 1 or 2 up, try and really get under the skin of the Real Madrid players. It worked last season. The home crowd are going to be right behind their team. They can look for a repeat of the victory, famous victory that they enjoyed last season.
As Ancelotti alongside Zidane, where we are going to get used to seeing him this season. Actually, Lucas Alcaraz's first game in charge for Granada, and they won their second game in which he was coach as well, and then they didn't win in 9 after that. Real Madrid president sitting in the middle. Also speculation in Marca, the Madrid-based paper, that they will be talking about Siqueira, who's the usual Granada left-back, but is their main saleable asset. And having spent a little bit of money, they might need to sell him, and Real Madrid could be interested, particularly if Contrao goes. Now here's Dani Benitez, one of the players on loan, and these long-term deals that they have with Udinese. Spanish player, though. Good, pacey player, controversial at times. That's his ball in a 2-fisted punch away. Hostile atmosphere created by the Andalusian crowd. Natura touching into his own player there, Diakate.
Natura did it twice with Yebda and Diakate. Natura is a new player. A little bit of a lack of understanding there, but certainly a sign of the determination from the Granada players. They're going to challenge, compete for every ball, even if it is against a teammate.
Brahimi, who was dumped on the ground. Here's Di Maria, who's been linked with lots of teams. There, Benzema with a run, and he got it up and over the goalkeeper, but wide.
Now Angel Di Maria time to get his head up. Benzema makes a darting run across the back foot. It's an angled run. It's a difficult finish. I'm surprised he didn't take a touch to enable him to control the ball, to go around the goalkeeper, then maybe cross the ball to a teammate or get a shot in at goal, but he elected to go first time, and with that technique there with the right foot, he was never going to score from that angle.
El Arabi pulling wide there to jumper in the air against Marcelo, but the little Brazilian fullback was up to the task. Nyom, who's now a Cameroon international. French-born player. This is the very skillful Brahimi. Itura, Lyon's touch on again. He made a couple of good signings. Nothing spectacular. Real win it back again, though, with Modric. Big responsibility on Luka Modric. Had a slow start to his Real Madrid career. He's certainly won people over now. This is Sergio Ramos, the captain. Marcelo only played in about half of the games in La Liga in the last campaign. Good switch of play by Sergio Ramos to Di Maria. We'll see him again, so often cutting that ball back onto his left side. And a misplaced pass by Benzema.
That certainly was a good switch of attack, point of attack from Sergio Ramos. Drilled the ball, it was accurate. Of course, if you're a Real Madrid player, you're expected to be able to control that first time. It's exactly what Di Maria did. Quick bit of passing, just misplaced pass from Benzema.
Well, Marca, the Madrid-based paper, would have us believe that the Gareth Bale transfer is already largely paid for because of the sales of Higuain, Albiol and Callejon. All went to Napoli, grand total of just over 60 million euros. This is Isco, and he cost 30. Here's Di Maria, shaped to hit that first time. He takes on the shot now. Little deflection, actually made it easy enough for the goalkeeper, Roberto.
Di Maria cuts inside, unleashes an attempt at goal with his left foot. It is a routine save for Roberto.
One of the many players being linked with Arsenal at the moment, Angel Di Maria. He's an exciting player. Can be a little in and out of a game, can't he? And a little exasperating at times, but he would make an impact in the Premier League, I'm certain.
I think he's actually been a really good signing for Real Madrid, and he's made lots of games for them. He's an excellent footballer.
Here is Isco, scored with a classic number 9 British-style centre-forwards header in the first game. That's Di Maria cutting it back. It was well dealt with. Forward ball aimed towards E.T. It was comfortably dealt with again. Here's Isco. First look to the skies from Terry Gibson in aid of Pepe's histrionics of the season. This is Isco again. Terrific, highly talented young player. Cross to Di Maria. Ignores Arbeloa and whips this one in, and the goalkeeper, just for a second there, seemed to lose the flight. Happy to concede the corner.
Well, the attacks exclusively down that right flank for Real Madrid. There you go, Di Maria. A real big influence on the game. There's a slight contact there with Pepe. I'm not sure. He was desperately searching for some damage to his mouth.
Roberto comes and punches it away. Cristiano Ronaldo says he was being fouled as that ball was being played into the penalty area.
He was claiming that there was some holding. Diakate. My guess is there probably was. The majority of corners, almost every corner, there is holding on a player, on a defender.
Modric, who gave it away to Dani Benitez, and Modric, who comes back and very tidily wins it back again. What you do when you lose the ball. Classic example there by Luka Modric. There's that big switch of play again, up to Di Maria. Once again, he takes it easily. And there's Cristiano Ronaldo, and Benzema touch it away. They look across for a flag. There is no flag. There is a goal. And Benzema, with the simplest of tasks, gives Real Madrid the lead.
It's amazing to see two Real Madrid players totally unmarked. It's really untidy defending from Granada. Maybe trying to play an offside trap. Certainly not in tandem with each other. See Maria again, far too much time allowed. Cut inside on his left foot, pick a player out. There's two players there. It's actually a missed touch from Cristiano Ronaldo. Such is the nature of the Granada defender. There's still no one about. By the time the ball falls kindly for Benzema, there's the relatively easy chance to finish off. There's no way he's going to miss that. Expected from Granada, one of those underdog performances where they're rattling into challenges, getting the ball forward quickly, and just standing off, allowing Real Madrid to play, and it's going to cost them. It already has. It's going to have to be a change from Granada, change in attitude.
Well, I think despite the reaction of the crowd, Diego Lopez would tell you that he intended to do that. Iker Casillas must be aware that there is a camera constantly trained on him for reaction to anything that Diego Lopez does. What is 149th cap for Spain against Ecuador recently. Hasn't started a game in La Liga though since January. It's Marcelo to Ronaldo. Benzema tries to get out of the way. Feared he was offside, so Ronaldo can go at it again. Allowed to be holding the ball up for Brahimi. He's got pace, Brahimi, and he's got support here from Elarabi again. PT's the only player who can really pick out in the penalty area. And there were two defenders in the way. It's good play by Tora. Still the cross. Typical of him though, the way he won the ball back. And Dani Benitez. And that's behind. I think that should be a corner.
Two complaints about the playing area. It's a real casual cross though from Dani Benitez. I think they're really fortunate. Granada managed to somehow come across a corner.
Dani Benitez pulled it back to the edge of the penalty area. PT was too easily brushed off the ball though by Isco. Wasn't the best of passes by Isco, nor the best of touches by Nyon.
Whipped in those complaints. Carty's got his arm wrapped around Ronaldo. Ronaldo has tussled with Is it a penalty? Yes. Do we see them given? No. Very occasionally. It's clearly a foul, isn't it? But you count on one hand the amount of times we're going to see that in games of football this season. The referee deciding that it's a penalty.
I don't want to sound like UEFA, but it's very, very hard for one official to spot everything that's going on. Usually there's only
one. There was probably two or three other little tussles, exactly the same, going on at the same time.
Usually there is only one foul at a time on a football pitch, isn't there? But you could have 3, 4 going on easily. Of course, in Champions League and Europa League matches these days, they have an extra official positioned behind the goal. Occasionally they do give a decision here and there. Arabi, there's an official right on the mark there, and saw no foul by Sergio Ramos, but there was a foul at that time. The home supporters really don't like it, and they don't like this either. Quick ball, away they go, and a lovely finish. That's genius by Mesut Ozil. He's had a quiet game until now, but he sneaked away into space. And he finished it off just perfectly. Now then. back we come. And, well, Roberto, he's complaining. He probably shouldn't. Ancelotti's complaining. Now, looked like a perfectly good free kick to me, but was the ball moving? I guess it must have been.
I'm assuming that is the reason why the referee has brought the play back. Certainly quick thinking by Real Madrid, quick thinking on and off the ball. You see the initial foul. Di Maria gets up. We don't get a close-up there where he puts his hand on the ball and the ball is dead before he takes it.
Well, here goes Ozil again. Might get some joy this time. Good save by Roberto. Granada are holding on for dear life here.
Yep, we'll see a better look at it here. There's the free kick given. It's a good run off the ball. What that is two players, fantastic players, working in tandem, and that should have been a goal to Real Madrid. It should have been allowed, should have been given.
Here's the corner. There's Ozil. Header by Ramos, floats over.
It certainly doesn't appear as if the ball is travelling. You can see the closing down there by Yebda on Di Maria. Or maybe from that angle, the ball is just moving slightly sideways. He does put his hand on it in an attempt to stop it. In his rush, once he sees the run of Ozil, you can see, yep, it's still moving. He actually moves it with his hand. Instead of putting his hand on the ball, he moves it to the left, and that opens up the angle because Yebda was standing in front of the ball. It's tough luck on Real Madrid. Great play, though. It was a great finish from Ozil as well. Certainly Granada players, they weren't aware that the free kick was going to be pulled back, so another cause for concern. Lucas Alcaraz is really struggling to contain. I have to say, one player at the moment in particular, and that's Di Maria, who's back in the team tonight, playing as if his future really depends on a good performance here tonight under Ancelotti.
You would presume that somebody would have to go if they sign Gareth Bale, if not necessarily financially, after they are Real Madrid and they seem to find money when they need it, but can only pick 11 of them. That's lovely work by Pitti. Here comes Angulo, a pacey fullback who hammers his cross straight into Arbeloa. Angulo didn't play too much last season. Sequeira is their main player. Top scorer a couple of years ago, second top scorer last year from left back. Yebda goes across to Rahimi. He's going to give Marcelo some problems tonight. Rahimi.
Quick pass in, Di Maria and Ozil teaming up again. James there just knocks the ball away from Ozil, makes the angle more acute. Roberto does well to smother the attempt from the German player.
Dani Benitez whipped into that near post where it's Sergio Ramos who cleared. Lovely touch by Isco. Forward to Benzema. Now this could break very nicely here, and the flag is down. Alarobi was through, and it's an awkward-looking save, but it's an effective save by Diego Lopez. Well, they looked as though they were trying to counter-attack there, Real Madrid. They will get an effective counter-attack in this time with Ronaldo. They switch out again to Mesut Ozil. Benzema. Back again to the German Ozil. And there's Ronaldo. The flag is up before the cross comes in.
I think you called it right, John. Real Madrid they're out. They're trying to attack and the counter-attack. As you can see, Ronaldo caught offside there. Just two defenders were later than the rest of their teammates in running out. And that offside trap, they just about got away with that, Granada. And you see Granada get away with an offside trap at the other end. It's 4 players there. He looked in completely offside, didn't he? And he said it was an awkward save. It's actually an awkward finish as well. He didn't really want to get it out onto his left foot. You see Arabi eventually with the attempt. It was a team effort in the end that allowed Diego Lopez to make that save.
Leon to Rahimi. Looks better to me in the wide right position. He played off the striker. Never really looked like scoring a goal for much of last season. Here's Isco, not playing deep, is he, particularly? This is Di Maria. And away goes Benzema again. Might will be across there to beat him to that ball. Is eventually closed down. Sergio Ramos and Pepe are winning all the simple long balls that are played. Ozil to goal, finding Cristiano Ronaldo, and then Modric bringing in Arbeloa. Dani Benitez hasn't had a chance to show us his pace so far, Dani Benitez. There's it, Ozil. Larrabee. Howls of anger as Sergio Ramos goes into the tackle. It was a good tackle though.
Clearly it's still early in Ancelotti's reign, in his second league game as manager, but it's going to be really difficult for him to change the mode of this Real Madrid team. They still get the ball and want to go immediately straight forward as quickly as possible. He talked about not having an obvious defensive midfield player. When they lose possession, it's changed over quickly. They do have problems.
Ronaldo, Arbeloa. Excellent work by Angulo. Here is Dani Benitez, and excellent defending there by Di Maria. That's the question mark that's often put against him, isn't it? His defensive work.
Loads of effort, application, enthusiasm there. They lose the ball, possession, trying to win it back. It's going to be so hard to change this Real Madrid team. They're so used to getting the ball, running forward with it as quickly as possible, using the least amount of passes as possible to get the ball into the danger area. I think Ancelotti would like them to control possession or have more control of the pace and the tempo of the game. Particularly now, they're away from home, they're winning 1-0. The likes of Isco and Modric in midfield just keep the ball, draw Granada out, and eventually chances will be created. Well, the game is too open, and Real Madrid are prone to a counter-attack from Granada. And the lack of defensive midfield players there. Something that Ancelotti is going to try and change, I think.
There's only Isco in the team who's new for Real Madrid. Mendy's not far away from being fit. Young Spanish defensive midfield player. They paid a lot of money for getting him from Sociedad. He was trying to be clever there, wasn't he? I think he was trying to make the point about Real Madrid players not being that far enough. Ended up just giving away simple possession. Here's Luka Modric to Arbeloa. There was a gap, so he went into it. Maria wants it. Ozil supplies it back again. He's onside, Di Maria, but he can't wrap his right foot around the ball enough. Free kick goes against Sergio Ramos this time for the challenge on PT. I wonder if the roar of the crowd had something to do with Estrada Fernandez's decision.
Convinced you're correct. He wasn't going to give that, was it? In the roar of the crowd made him think it was a type of challenge Ramos really should be going for. He couldn't win the ball cleanly there. If you wrap your foot and leg around someone's chest and chin, you are going to give away a free kick.
Maria closed down by Yebda, who had a terrible time with injury last season. Isco given another go by Sergio Ramos after the misplaced pass. Marcelo away from Itura. There goes that big switch of play again. Now below, looking for Benzema, and it came through to Cristiano Ronaldo. He was in a good position, Ronaldo couldn't get his sweep sorted out in time.
By his standards, this is a golden chance. It's a good cross from Arbeloa. Good little dummy from Benzema. A complete miss kick from Cristiano Ronaldo.
Itura to Brahimi. Running it, Isco. PT wants a free kick and he gets it. Close attention from Modric. Fancies this. Dani Benitez is the left-sided player, takes most of the set pieces. I guess he might fancy it though.
26 minutes in, I haven't seen Dani Benitez have a good touch of the ball yet. His passes have gone astray, his crossing has been poor. Can he turn that around?
This is Dani Benitez. Comfortable enough really for goalkeeper of the quality of Diego Lopez.
He missed the ball, but it pretty much ends up as a pass back, doesn't it? Straight into the midriff of Diego Lopez. Well, the ball wasn't the bravest, was it? 4 players jumped, turned their back. Not one player had any idea what was going on with that. Perhaps they know something that we don't know, that Dani Benitez possesses a mighty fine shot if he catches hold of it.
He's a good shot with a plastic bottle, though. That's what got him his lengthy ban, wasn't it? When there was a big altercation on the pitch and he knocked a bottle at the referee.
They haven't started well, Granada. Still got going in this game. That's a good challenge from Modric and Dani Benitez. Just 1 goal behind, could have been 2. Madrid having Ozil's goal chalked off. And a couple of good chances as well for Real Madrid, but no real threat yet from Granada.
Sergio Ramos in particular is exciting the home supporters. Such a flanks from Ronaldo. Di Maria to Isco. Marcelo goes out to Benzema, leaves nobody in particular in the centre-forward position. Ronaldo was the closest to it. Ozil. For the fullback Arbeloa. Again to Mesut Ozil. Benzema, a little 1-2, and it could fall for Di Maria here. Excellent defensive work. It was Itura, the central midfield player, had to concede the corner.
That was a smashing play from Real Madrid. More possession, a little bit more patient. More akin to what Carlo Ancelotti would like. It's Di Maria involved, mates with the challenge eventually. That was good attacking play. Every player in the attacking half pitch all wanting to get involved.
Isco in. Really good header away. Guillaume is another one of those Udinese owned and then loaned players. He's been at Granada since 2009, initially on loan. Part of the link-up between the Italian club and Watford. The core of the team does remain pretty constant. There is an incredible coming and going of players, some who you see written down on the list of outgoing players from Granada, and you didn't realise they'd ever arrived. There's a Swiss fullback who I'd literally never heard of, who was down one of their players who they'd sold. He'd never played for Granada. Reminder, the Champions League playoff second legs of this week. So Sociedad against Lyon. Press the red button on Sky Sports 4 to see the Spanish team in action. 2-0 up, 2 brilliant goals from Sociedad, so they're well set. Largely homegrown young team, Sociedad. Here's Isco. Good work by Brahimi, Torra, and to El Arabi. Marcelo did well to come and steal it back and then carelessly gave it away. Brahimi to Lyon. Torra to Brahimi again. Curl this one in on. Roll it into the feet of El Arabi, and Brahimi goes after the return ball, and it's away by Arbeloa. Put it down as good defending, and here's a counter-attack chance with Ronaldo stretching his legs. He's got Benzema available. It's controlled by the Frenchman, and then in comes Torra, typically.
You're exactly right, typically. Tracked all the way back. He's got the energy to put a telling tackle at the end. There's Arbeloa clearing it 6-yard box. Slightly fortunate that it goes to Ramos, and pretty sure that was not an intended pass from Arbeloa to his central defensive teammate.
Isco. Diakate showing no mercy. Had the chance to make the tackle, and he did. Left Isco on the ground.
He's been the best attack of the game, though, for Granada. Almost had an end product. Getting a lot of service to El Arabi. I think Brahimi, Danny Benitez and Pitti at the moment are really linking up well. Torra, working overtime in midfield to try and deny Real Madrid when they pour forward. At times it is pouring forward. There's no one staying back in midfield. Both fullbacks are pushing on. Just the 2 central defenders. There's nothing wrong with that if you're Real Madrid. As long as you keep possession, don't give the ball away cheaply, you should be all right.
Luka Modric. Here's Marcelo. When he's in form and playing well and fully fit, he adds quite a lot, doesn't he, going forward? Marcelo down that left side.
Yep. You can see the position Ronaldo's taken up. I have to say, it's not just tonight. It was the first game against Betis as well. He's more central, so it does leave that left side vacant. We saw Marcelo push up towards the end of that game against Real Betis. He was the man that provided the cross for Isco to get the winning goal.
Lovely touch and vision there by Mesut Ozil. There'll be plenty of teams willing to take the German international away if they were willing to sell. My guess is that they want to keep him. He's a different style of player, isn't he, from the more direct, powerful players.
It's brilliant football. The only problem is going to be in the big games getting him and Isco in the same 11 and getting the best out of both of them as well. Very similar. I don't think suits Ozil when he plays on the right. You see Di Maria tonight. He actually plays that position better as a left-footed player. striker. So does Isco. He's certainly not really one of the two central midfield players, is he? Likes Yaramendi, Xabi Alonso, Khedira. Back fit.
The left back's offside. Lively closing down by Di Maria. Looks like he's got a point to make, doesn't he, Angel Di Maria tonight? Quickly taken, PT. His first touch was good. He nipped it around Pepe. The referee comes over, yellow card in hand here. First of the night.
Not so sure how much contact it was from Pepe. That was the bravest challenge from him or Pitti. See here. Slight contact with the hip from Pepe. Eventually he lunges in. Pitti is expecting more contact from Pepe. It is a free kick to Granada, booking for Pepe. It is disappointing with one set piece. They should be swung with pace just above head height, hoping the teammates to attack.
What was that you were saying? It was a terrible, terrible pass by Dani Benitez. So much I'm not even sure what the plan was. Here's the counter-attack. Ronaldo to stretch his legs, but the goalkeeper's first to this.
It's one of the most careless performances I've seen from a footballer in a long, long time tonight. His passing has been too casual. Some of the challenges he's made have not been of sufficient determination. And you must understand there, with that set piece, you must always be aware of the threat of a counter-attack from Real Madrid. So the last thing Benitez needs to do is to play a square pass right across the 18-yard box to a blue shirt and allow Real Madrid to counter-attack. Unfortunately, it didn't come to anything. But that should have been whipped in with pace, give Granada a chance to try and get an attempt on a goal. There hasn't been many.
Good work by Angulo. By Marcelo, the referee says play on, so Nyon does that. His touch, though, was heavy. It's a bit late to go back and get the free kick. That might be big influencing the decision here. They show the yellow card to Marcelo. Maybe not, maybe he would have shown it anyway.
Shaking the head for Marcelo. I think it might be at himself, in all honesty. He's poor defending. Against Brahimi, sells himself. Knows he's in trouble, he looks across at the referee. Referee doesn't give the free kick, allows the advantage, but eventually it's yellow card, Marcelo. Just slight signs of Granada making more of a game of this, and the fact, I'm really surprised it's just the one goal to Real Madrid. If there is an improvement in Granada's performance, they can give themselves a chance to get something out of this game, because they really yet haven't threatened the attack. The goal of Diego Lopez, they've been poor in defence, probably been outplayed in midfield, numerically more than anything else.
Ronaldo caught this time. There's a common perception in Spanish football that the big teams get all the decisions their way. The home supporters are working hard at influencing the referee. I think they can complain tonight.
Possibly could have been a card there for Dani Benitez. Challenge from behind. Two yellow cards for Pepe and Marcelo. Very similar type challenges. This might be punished even more, though, the yellow card for Dani Benitez.
Ronaldo pacing it out with the length of the penalty area again, but dead central, softly into the wall. Madrid. A really careless pass. It's very uncharacteristic. 2 balls on the pitch. They're rushing it too much there, Granada.
Modric was switched on there. Chase back against El Arabi.
Switch it over this time to the deeper player, who was Arbeloa. Modric to Arbeloa again. Isco's made the run. So is Modric. Granada were promoted in back-to-back seasons after linking up with Udinese from the 3rd tier, and they won the playoffs to come up to La Liga and have stayed up. Their league positions improved 15 to 17, although their points tally didn't. I think with the signings they made, with Ricky on the bench, Pitti and Itura brought into the team, the hope is to not be involved in the relegation battle come May. The season finishes slightly earlier this time, a couple of weeks earlier than it did last year because of the World Cup, obviously. Sergio Ramos and Isco. Now, will Isco be involved with the World Cup? He's got 1 cap for Spain. Some good players ahead of him. Mesut Ozil, he surely will, injury permitting. Modric to Isco. In a much deeper position to Di Maria. Ronaldo was the centre forward. Di Maria can cross and try and find him. It's pulled back. It was Mainz who cleared. Only half clears though, and in it goes again. There's Ronaldo. What about the turn? Again. It's more elaborate than we were certainly used to seeing from Jose Mourinho's Real Madrid. Pitti to Brahimi. Salah has a nervous look over his shoulder, see what support he's got. El Arabi tries to find Brahimi again. He used his body and he brushed off Brahimi.
El Arabi should have kept the ball instead of playing a 1-2, which was pretty obvious. He should have thrown a dummy and let it run across his body and turned and shoot the goal himself. The goal's more promising from Granada. Marcelo just eases out the way. Brahimi. I think it was a slight improvement in the performance of Granada and a deterioration in the performance of Real Madrid as the half has worn on, which means the two teams are gradually coming closer together. The first 20 minutes, it was scintillating play from Real Madrid. They got the first goal, they nearly had the second disallowed by Ozil. Ronaldo had a couple of chances.
Oh, it's a poor touch by the keeper. Got himself in trouble there. Being a goalkeeper, of course, it's somebody else's fault.
Well, most of them can play as well, can't they? They don't mind a pass back under pressure. Lucas Alcaraz must be considering Ricky for a performance in the second half. That bit of hustle and bustle, maybe down that left flank, chasing less causes. Running at players can be slightly unpredictable.
And he scored twice against Real Madrid last season when he was at Deportivo. This could be the last goal-mouth action of the first half coming up here. It's a free kick for the visitors. Ozil puts it in, and the ball was well attacked. Pepe just out-jumped Ramos. Easy save for the goalkeeper, though. And Arabi in some goal-scoring form at the end of last season. Missed the middle of the season because he was away at the African Nations. Piti. Brahimi. Last few seconds of the first half, and Granada grab an equalising goal. Referee's whistle brings it to a halt at half-time. Real Madrid were easily the better team in the very early stages. Benzema's goal gave them their deserved lead at the time, but it's been hard going in the later stages. Half-time, Granada 0, Real Madrid 1.
Yes, it has, but a very different first-half performance from Real Madrid compared to this game last season.